There's a proposed 16-team playoff that's on the table in college football right now. I want to show you exactly how it would have operated if we had it in effect in 2024. With the 4 automatic bids for the SEC and Big Ten, Georgia and Texas and Oregon and Penn State would already be in, along with Arizona State and SMU, because the Big 12 and ACC each get 2 auto bids in this case, and we would have some play-in games for both of those conferences. In those play-in games, I went ahead and just rocked with who I think would be the favorites in those games. I thought BYU was playing really well, and I think Clemson would have still pulled it off against a Miami team that was sputtering. This would set up the playoff seeding to look something like this in a 16-team field. In terms of the first round results, the only upsets you could really sell me on would be like Boise State over SMU, which I went ahead and picked in this case. Maybe you could convince me ASU employs a similar style of play that they did against Texas, and they could maybe make it happen versus Georgia, but there's a pretty big talent gap there. South Carolina, Notre Dame is another one I might consider, but based on what the Irish did in the actual playoff, it's not one I'm willing to pick. Into the Final Four, I think we'd end up with a similar looking field. This time the Ducks not getting screwed by their matchup, getting an Ohio State-Texas matchup again, and the Fighting Irish making a run, beating Georgia. And then at the end of things, I really think it would end up being Oregon-Ohio State, where we'd likely see the Buckeyes buzzsaw through the Ducks like they did in real life, resulting in them being the champions. So I don't think this model would have changed the result this season based on how hot the Buckeyes were, but I do think it's an interesting first-round matchup against Ole Miss between a team that's very talented, arguably just as talented, but lost a few weird games. But let me know down in the comments, is this a model you'd like to see implemented?